from SkyView Partners, and today I'd like to talk to you about PolicyMinder for Open Systems. PolicyMinder for Open Systems allows you to automate your security administration tasks and your compliance tasks. How do we do that? Well, we're looking at the home page of the console right now, and you can register servers to be managed. So you can manage AIX servers as well as Red Hat and Ubuntu servers. More will be coming in the future. So once you have them registered, what can you do with them? Why would you want to use this product? Well, a lot of times people will have requirements that they have a policy and certain settings have to stay that way, but you don't have an automated way to go out and check those settings. So that's what PolicyMinder is all about. The way to get started is to initialize policies. So for those categories where there are a set number of things that are checked, you can pull those values in and have that be your policy. You don't have to hand create those policies. So I'm going to initialize the servers for all of my servers and check which policies. Yes, I want the configuration settings. Those are the global settings, any exported directories, as well as daemons. So I've already got that done. So let's see what that looks like. If I go to my servers, let's go to my AIX server, and let's just take a look at the daemons category. So if I take a look at the daemons category, these are the settings that were pulled in. You can see that some of the daemons are inoperative or they're stopped, and some are active. So when that happens, the active ones automatically come in as being required, and the ones that are inoperative automatically come in as being prohibited. There's actually a third state, so if you don't really care if they're started or stopped, you can say allowed. Okay, but say that you have one that's inop and you want it to be operative, so you can say it's required. And then you run a compliance check, and it's going to come back and be out of compliance. So there we go. The compliance status is now a red X. Well, what do you do about that? Well, there's a couple things you can do. You can either go and start it or stop it, the case may be, or if you have enabled fix-it for your daemons, you can run the fix-it function. And if it's required and it's inop, it's going to, when you run fix-it, it's going to start that daemon up. Or if it's supposed to be started and it's not, then it will start it up. If it's started and it's not supposed to be, it will shut it down. Okay, so you can use this type of category to create, if you will, a golden master, because what you can do is once you've got your policies set for this, you can go and export those policies, and you can decide where you're going to export to and which policies. We're going to do the daemons in this case. The destination, all right, we're going to do, oops, this is where I'm exporting from. Here we go. And I'm going to the destinations. I'll do my two other AIX systems. And right now I can impose these settings on those other servers. So imagine when you bring a new server online, all you have to do is export and import those settings and run fix-it, and now your new server has the daemon setting just like you want them. The other things you can do that with are the console settings. So whoops, not the console settings, the configuration settings. So these are those global settings for things like auditing values, login, the user defaults, the user account creation defaults, and so on. So this is where you probably have some global settings for your password composition rules. Again, this is another thing that you can export and then import to other servers. And again, what you do is run what we call a compliance check. That's where the policy is compared to the actual server value. And if it's not in compliance, it will be flagged as out of compliance. And then you know that, again, either you can run fix-it or you can go and run that by hand. So we have a couple other categories I'd like to show you real quickly. You can have user accounts examined as well. And again, from a policy perspective and a system administration perspective, you may need to manage some user accounts. Perhaps you need to make sure that you disable the logins for all of your inactive user accounts, for example. So there's a number of things you can do with user accounts. There's also a number of things you can do with files. So if I go and look at the files category, well, let's look at one that's been checked here. There we go. We have a number of things, again, that you can do from a files perspective. So you can look for specific owners. You can look for specific permission settings, the set UID bit set, files without owners, and so forth. And again, if perhaps you have production and QA servers and test servers, and you have the same type of permissions requirements across all those servers, simply export those policies to the other servers, run a compliance check, run fix-it, and now from an authority point of view, your servers are going to look the same so that you can be assured that your testing is the same. Very simple. You don't have to write a script to do that. But speaking of scripts, you may have some scripts that you want to look at and have run across multiple servers. So I'm going to look at some scripts I said, there we go. And again, maybe you have some customized things that you need to look at, and think of it as a way to define user-defined policies. Or perhaps you already have, and most Unix administrators and Linux administrators do have scripts laying around that you have used to find out various status of servers or to accomplish certain things. They may be scattered about various servers. What you can do with the scripts category is import them all into the console and have them run out of here. And again, you can define that they should run on multiple servers. You can have them run at 2 o'clock each day. And then from a reporting perspective, you will get a report that shows the ones that came back as non-compliant, meaning that the results of the script running wasn't as expected. In this case, I'm checking the OS level, and it looks like I have something that's down level. So I'm going to get a report back, and I know that I need to do something as a result of running this script. So how do I run things automatically? I'm going to go to Admin Tasks. I'm going to say Manage Scheduled Jobs. Okay, so I already have one job that's scheduled. And if I take a look at the details here, it's going to run my scripts. So I can choose, again, which servers I want to run that on. And then I can say what I want to do. So I'm going to run check it, a compliance check on my scripts category, and then I want the report sent to me so that when I see that report, what I'll get is a list of any non-compliant items. So again, I don't have to go through pawing through tons and tons of reports and stacks of paper to know what I have to do. The reports are by default non-compliant reporting. So we're exception-based reporting. Again, trying to save you time. What else can you do with the integrated cron function? Well, let's look at things like you want to check the daemon settings, right? So you have probably set up that golden master and then set it and forget it is what I typically hear. And so now you have an automated way of checking that. And again, perhaps you can do that or want to do that every day, or maybe not every day, but once a week, your choice. So again, you can decide which servers you're going to run those on. Maybe you are particularly concerned about your AIX servers because they're your production servers right now. And you can say what tasks I want to run a compliance check for my daemons. And then I want to run a report. And then I'll email it to myself. I'll save that job. Okay, so now I have 2 jobs that are going to run every day, and it will do that compliance check. So I don't have to. So again, I'll get a report. The report may say that everything is fine, and then I have peace of mind knowing I don't have to take any chances with my servers being out of compliance with my policy or having settings that would open up vulnerabilities. It's really just this simple. I hope you've enjoyed this quick tour of Policy Manager for Open Systems, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for joining me.